Hello and namaste, everyone. This is Cecile Pelous, President of Action Autonomie Avenir, France. I come from a family of 9 children, 8 brothers and I, the only girl. I once had a career I loved in the luxury industry. I was married but had no children, and I always felt that something essential was missing in my life. After my divorce, I wrote to Mother Teresa, offering to give my time to her institutions. For 4 consecutive years, I returned to Calcutta to support children in great difficulty. My initial intention was to adopt a little girl, but once there, I realized it would have been selfish of me. The needs were far too great. From 1986 to 1989, I devoted myself to helping 850 children become food autonomous by creating vegetable gardens, growing large crops, planting fruit trees, and especially building poultry farms and fish ponds to provide much-needed protein. We also created new clothing for the 850 children during the Holi festival in 8 children's homes in Bengal. Later, in Bellari, in the Parganas Islands, I worked with Gaston, a priest who had become Indian and also an infirmary nurse. He wanted me to set up 45 poultry houses for the poorest families, and together we achieved this. We also installed latrines to prevent epidemics, as villagers used the roads and paths for open defecation. Together with all the villagers of Bellari, we carried bricks and tiles across 13 kilometers of rice fields to build a school for the children and a kitchen to provide daily meals. In just 5 weeks, the villagers completed the school. The children were so happy that they even wanted to come on Sundays. In the following years, we implemented a program for malnourished babies, including regular weighings, milk distribution, and later the construction of a dispensary, as tuberculosis was still very present. Medicines were essential, and the Indian government recognized our efforts by providing 50% of the medicines free of charge. Seeing what we had achieved in Bellari, Gaston's spiritual director invited me to Nepal, to Nepalgunj, to meet Parijat Ghosh, who had taken in 20 nearly orphaned children and settled them in a village called Baisai in the Terai jungle in Bardia. I went there with him. He was the principal of a private school in Garbari Tol called Angels High School. I slept one night on a platform in the middle of the jungle, thinking of the children, but also of the snakes. I wondered, what can I really do for them? I was already caring for many children in Bengal, and I had made no promises. On my return to France, a real estate agent contacted me, wishing to buy my house because the land was suitable for building an apartment block. It felt like the blessing I had been waiting for. After much hesitation, I sold my house in 1989 during the real estate boom. I was able to buy another home in Argenteuil, near Paris, and with the difference in value, I supported the survival of 50 children in that jungle village for an entire year, using my personal funds. To pursue my mission further, the only solution was to create my humanitarian association, Action Autonomie Avenir, in April 1992. I needed to raise funds to ensure the survival of these children, and especially to build facilities for them. Over 10 years, we constructed 3 buildings. The husband of Bina Mala generously offered us a piece of land that was swampy and unsanitary, which we cleaned and rehabilitated in Nepalgunj. On these grounds, we raised, cared, and educated 79 children. We received full legal guardianship of these children from the Nepalese government. Bina Mala became the president of our Nepalese association in Nepalgunj. After 17 years at the Asha Ashram and their SLC, equivalent to the Class 10 certificate, our students continued their studies and vocational training, earning diplomas as computer technicians, doctors, physiotherapists, nurses, hairdressers, truck drivers, and teachers. Many eventually emigrated. We funded their visas and travel to the Gulf countries, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Kuwait City, Bahrain, Indonesia, Australia, and some to Europe. After 3 years of contractual work abroad, they returned to buy land and build their own houses because they needed roots in their home villages. We then decided to build a large family home for them in Malamchi, 70 kilometers from Kathmandu, so they could gather for future weddings. Who knows? Anything is possible. The house was finally completed, large enough to welcome all of them. But in April 2015, a major earthquake struck. Our intention had been to welcome new children in need, but the house became damaged and dangerous. For 3 years, I once again searched for sponsors in Europe and the United States, and thanks to their help, we rebuilt this large house on the hill, which now shelters 20 children attending Pragati School. After the earthquake, we also took responsibility for 137 orphaned children affected in Arnakat, Pokhara, and Sindhupalchok in the Hilambu Valley. Years have passed, and our first 79 children are now adults, married, and parents. I am proud that they have become financially autonomous. Some still work for Franklin Covey, an American company, in Gurgaon, India, a major business city. They raise their children with strong principles because they know that education is the foundation of their future. With my vice president and dear friend, Patrick Manich, whom many of you know, we also supported young children in Morocco, in the high Atlas Mountains, where children had no schools. Over 20 years, we built 23 preschool classrooms and 3 boarding homes in the Oreca Valley. Today, more than 3,500 children have the opportunity to learn thanks to our efforts. For the past 2 years in Madagascar, we have been applying the same educational approach, thanks to Patrick, who was born on this island. Our first priority has been to create drinking water wells in all villages, with support from CEDIF, the water center of Île-de-France. We are currently constructing a school with 4 classrooms for 300 children, as well as a dispensary with a maternity ward in Bello-sur-Mer and Ankevo. It is a privilege for me and for my entire team to serve and help others, to give every child the chance to become a citizen proud of their country, with a good education, a profession, and the ability to support their future families. And perhaps one day, some of them may even become deputies or ministers of their nation. I have become the adoptive mother of a very large family, more than 5,000 children in Nepal, Morocco, and Madagascar. Thank you for your loyal support and for your kindness, which has allowed me to better understand your traditions. You are all very dear to me, and in Nepal I have found a beautiful family. I love you all very much. I want to express my gratitude to all those who have supported us over so many years. I could name many, and I will surely forget some. Diana Peterson, LDL Charity, our partner foundations such as Genoyer, Pêcheurs de Paix, Archambault, Choice Humanitarian, Franklin Covey, our teams and partners in Nepal, Action Autonomie Nepal, Action Autonomie Pokhara, Karma Flight Foundation, Pragati School, and our partners in Morocco and Madagascar, including Pirogues and Biobamp, and many generous private donors. Thank you. Thank you. Because of you, our programs can continue and endure. I hope that one day you will be able to learn more about my experiences in Nepal, Morocco, and Madagascar, because I have written a book about my years of humanitarian work based on education. At the very top of the mountains. I have learned so much thanks to your support, your generosity, and the joy of living in such a beautiful country. The book is currently being translated into English and will be printed in 2026. I hope that someday you will be able to read it in Nepali as well, because the book speaks about you, about your families, and your journeys. Be patient. Soon we will be able to read it together and inspire your future children through the real-life examples you lived in Nepalganj and Kathmandu, which helped you become exemplary men and women. You are the gift that heaven has given me in my earthly life. Thank you for that. Cecile Pelous.